What's up, everyone? Today we're going to be talking about a new Palo Alto PAN-OS severe vulnerability, the Credential marketplace and account takeover attacks, and finally, a Android Joker malware variant. Let's unpack today's payload. All right, starting off today, we have a new PAN-OS vulnerability, CVE 2020-2034. This vulnerability requires network access and is rated at an 8.1 CVSS score, so it's not as critical as the vulnerabilities that were released earlier this week. So still recommended that we go ahead and get these patches in. This only affects your device if you have Global Protect enabled. So if you do not have Global Protect enabled, you're in the clear. If you do, you need to check the versions in the links above and get that patch ready and get it fixed. The popular Android malware variant dubbed Joker has been making new rounds recently in the Android marketplace. The malware used a dynamically loaded DEX file as a way to bypass security controls in the Google Play Store. It hid capabilities as encoded base64 strings, and what's interesting about this is it was actually used to register users to a premium service without their consent. So that was the monetization strategy. Again, really interesting. There's some IOCs in the article and the research linked above. So, feel free to check it out. If it's not something I typically worry about because I don't have an Android device, but maybe your organization manages these devices and it's a concern. Always be aware of what type of applications your users are downloading. These are particularly difficult to know because they could just be random apps. So really, probably one of the best ways to combat this would be to be using application whitelisting on your mobile devices if that's possible. Lastly today, Digital Shadows, a data loss firm, published some really cool research regarding the state of the credential market. They were claiming that over 15 billion credentials were for sale. I think about 5 billion of those were actually unique. So obviously a lot of duplicates out there. They ranged anywhere from corporate accounts to financials to video game accounts, and they published financial data like how much they cost on average for each. So no surprise, financial institution login credentials were the highest. I believe they had an average price of like $80 a pop. Some were going as high as $500 a pop if they had valid proof and they were recent and they had funds available and things of that nature. This write-up was actually, I think, really well done, and I'll link it above. It has some pretty cool guidance on how this relates to account takeover attacks. So if you're in the industry and you're serving a customer via an online portal or anything like that, you're probably very aware of the annoyance and the prominence of account takeover attacks and credential stuffing. So this article kind of outlines some ways you can prevent it. It's a lot of the common stuff like CAPTCHA and multi-factor authentication and web application firewalls and stuff like that. But it also explains how that stuff can be bypassed, which is, a big concern because it takes a lot of effort to implement those things, and it can, when we have to empathize with our friends on the business side, right? Sometimes those things just aren't an option depending on the customer. So yeah, give this one a read. I think it was really interesting, and hopefully it helps you out. All right, everyone, thanks for watching. Again, I really appreciate it. Hopefully you found this stuff insightful. As always, if you could give it a like, comment with your thoughts, and follow InfoSec Sidekick, I'd really appreciate it, and look forward to talking to you guys again. Have a good day.